Greetings from my home to yours. In these days of COVID-19, our schedules have been upended. Some of us are busier than ever. Some of us have open expanses of time in the day. In this stay-at-home period, a friend asked me whether there was any spiritual wisdom for how we might bring intention and structure to these days. So I turned to the monastic tradition to look at the ways in which they mark the day from the very beginning in the early hours of the dawn into the hours of dusk in the evening. They invite us to take moments of pause in worship and in what they call little hours of the day, so that we might cultivate our inner life even in the midst of all that we are dealing with. When I think about what they're trying to teach us, there are 4 things that really stand out to me. The opportunity to praise, pause, pray, and be present. There are many ways to order those in the course of our day, but I think of them as a progression. I think of the opportunity to praise as how we greet the day, how we take time to give thanks for the gift of our day, to notice the beauty of the earth, to be open to the possibilities of what will unfold in the hours ahead. I think of the opportunity to pause as what we do midday, how we take intentional time to center ourselves in the middle of all of the busyness and all of our to-do lists. It might be a moment of grace at the luncheon table. It might be a cup of tea on the back deck. Either way, when we pause midday, we're giving ourselves a moment of deep breath and nourishment before we turn to continue our work and the tasks ahead. Prayer is something that I think of as we begin to turn towards evening. It's an opportunity to pray, to review our day, to be present to the moments of disappointment and compassion and surprise, and to set ourselves for the evening ahead. Finally, presence is what I think of as how we close the day, the opportunity to give moments of gratitude before we go to sleep, and the opportunity to send love out to loved ones all around the world. Praise, pause, prayer, and presence. There are many ways to mark them, with a poem, with song, with silence, with even the kindling of a chalice. I invite you to experiment with these in the days ahead, to try to cultivate your own spiritual center as we live in new ways together. In closing, I want to share with you a poem by John O'Donohue called Matins. Somewhere out at the edges, the night is turning, and the waves of darkness begin to brighten the shores of dawn. The heavy dark falls back to earth, and the freed air goes wild with light. The heart fills with fresh, bright breath, and thoughts stir to give birth to color. I arise today in the name of silence, womb of the world, in the name of stillness, home of belonging, in the name of the solitude of the soul and the earth. I arise today, blessed by all things, wings of breath, delight of eyes, wonder of whisper, intimacy of touch, eternity of soul, urgency of thought, miracle of health, embrace of God. May I live this day, compassionate of heart, clear in word, gracious in awareness, courageous in thought, generous in love. So may it be, and blessings to the week ahead.